evening everyone, or good morning or good afternoon, depending on the whereabouts you are in the world. Welcome back to What's for Tea. It's lovely to see you, and I hope you've all had a brilliant week so far. But just before I move on, I wanted to say, as usual, a big thank you to the supporters of the channel over on my Patreon page. So thanks once again, guys. I'll leave a link to my Patreon underneath this video if you want to go and check it out. So a very warm welcome back. But if you're new and you're not normally here, this is What's for Tea. My name is Cheryl, and this is just the part of the week where I show you what I made for the family meals for the previous week. I just like to put these up because it might give you ideas for you and your own family. You know, that's why I watched them initially, and that's why I started to make them. I just find them really interesting, and I'm quite nosy, so I like to have a poke around and see what other people are making. We're a family of 4. We're based in the west coast of Scotland, so yeah, quite chilly at the moment, and some nice warming comfort meals coming up. And as usual, I've got a selection of your comments at the end, so stick around for that if you have commented during the week. So let's go and see what we had, starting off on Monday all the way through till today, which is Sunday, and it's the 1st of November, so hello November. Let's go and see what we had this week. So starting off on Monday, and I made a chicken Arabiatta. So this is penne pasta in an Arabiatta sauce, which is onion, garlic, chilli, tomato puree, and there's some parsley on there, and also put some grated mozzarella. And I had a couple of chicken breasts, which I just chopped up and added that in as well. I wouldn't normally add chicken, but I had some, so in it went, and it was lovely. And moving on to Tuesday, and we had mince pie, or in this country it's known as mince round. And we had some roast potatoes, and that's the mince pie there. And we also had some buttered swede or turnip. That's just the same to me. I don't know the difference. And some green beans and some gravy for over the top. And I will link a recipe for this mince pie underneath the video, along with any other meals that I've done a video recipe on. You'll just find them under the video. If you click on the show more, you'll find them down there. Moving on to Wednesday, something you'll see most weeks on the channel. We just love this. This is my macaroni, or sometimes I call it cheeseburger pasta bake, and sometimes I call it steak and cheese macaroni. It just depends, but whatever you want to call it, it's got everything that a cheeseburger has got, basically. You've got your pasta, ground beef, onions, cheese, tomato soup, sometimes mushrooms, and it's wonderful. And again, I'll leave a link to this video recipe underneath. Moving on to Thursday, and we had bangers and mash. It was only meant to be me and Mr. What's for Tea, but we were all here, so me and Mr. What's for Tea had mashed potato, some beef sausage from the butcher, and of course we've got to have baked beans with this kind of thing. Now the girls also had bangers, but they had the Linda McCartney vegetarian or meat-free sausages. So they had a baked potato with butter, and also some meat-free sausages with some baked beans on the top. And you know, we do all enjoy these Richmond meat-free sausages. They're absolutely wonderful. Did I say Linda McCartney? They are Richmond. Moving on to Friday, again, something we have quite a lot is shepherd's pie, but I used Quorn mince in this, so that makes it vegetarian, and it's just as delicious. And again, I've got a video recipe for this, and I'll leave in the description box underneath the video. And we just had some broccoli and mixed veggies at the side. Delicious, that one. Moving on to yesterday, and you'll have seen this already if you watched the video recipe that I posted. This is the hamburger hash that I done in the slow cooker, and this went down an absolute storm. So you've got layers of sliced potato, ground beef, cheese, onions, spices, chicken stock, and it's just, oh my goodness, so tasty. I just had mine in a bowl with some crusty bread, but me and Mr. What's for Tea, Mr. What's for Tea and the girls had broccoli with theirs. And yeah, highly recommended you give this one a go. And again, I'll leave it linked underneath the video. And moving on to today, and it was just me and Mr. What's for Tea, and we had these individual chicken pies. So that's creamy chicken with leek and bacon inside the pastry, and we had sliced potatoes, and I made some carrots and green beans for the side with a quick and simple gravy for over the top. And this was so tasty as well. You'll have seen these wee pies in my shopping haul if you watched them, and they were delicious. I'll definitely be picking those up again. So that was our meals for this week. So thank you very much for popping over if you're leaving at this point. And if you do like these kinds of videos, why not consider subscribing just before you go? It'd be lovely to see you back over here. But for everybody else staying on, this is just a very small selection of your comments from my videos during the week. You know, I really do appreciate everybody who takes the time out to comment and like and all of that good stuff. So let's go and see what you are saying this week. So your first comment this week is from Esme Y. I know what I'm making for tea soon. Thanks for sharing. Well, you're very welcome. I just love sharing these wee videos, and if anybody ends up making, you know, the things that I post, you know, I'm super chuffed, and this is what she's referring to here. This was the hamburger hash. In fact, if any of you don't follow me over on Instagram, you know, I'm over there. I'm quite active, and again, you'll find a link to my Instagram account just underneath this video. If you click on the show more, it'll be down there somewhere. It'd be lovely to see more of you over there, so thank you very much for your comment. Your next comment's from George Jefferson. To all the Scots, condolences from the States for the passing of Sean Connery, the one and only James Bond. Thanks for the gift of his talent. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? Very sad times, and he was a fantastic actor. So yeah, my heart goes out to his friends, family and loved ones. Your next comment's from Hard Muscle for Life. This will serve 4 to 5 people unless one is a mature... Yeah, see, that's a point actually. It will just depend obviously how big your appetite is. We're a family of 4 and we all, you know, ate this, and there was a wee bit left over which gets scooped up as a second portion. But yeah, obviously it will depend how big your appetite is. But thank you very much for your comment. That did give me a chuckle. Next comment is from Teresa Nash McNeil. We call it tatty hash. My mum made it regularly as I grew up. How much mince in it depended on how much housekeeping she had available. Often it was mainly potatoes. Well, thank you very much for your comment. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it, Teresa? I mean, you really can adapt it to suit yourself. You can add or take out what you don't want. The same as what I said about the cheese, you know, add as much or as little as you like. Yeah, back in the day, I imagine it would have been very much like that. So thank you very much for your comment. It's lovely to see you. The next comment is from Shelley W. Hi Shelley. She said, hi Cheryl, happy Halloween. This looks so yummy. I'm going to try this next week. It absolutely was. As you know, have shown it a couple of times now, but yeah, absolutely delicious and highly recommended. So yeah, happy Halloween to you, and I hope you enjoyed your Degusta box. I know you do obviously have it now. So yeah, this was my wee Halloween pumpkin. Obviously we weren't out celebrating Halloween this year, and the kids weren't round at the door, unfortunately, which makes me sad because I love when they come round and you see them all dressed up and you give them their sweeties and things. So instead I carved a pumpkin, stuck a candle in and put it in the front door, and it was quite windy, you know, last night, but thankfully the candle stayed in. But yeah, lovely to see you. Thanks for your comment. Next comment is from Jackie and Bud. The club biscuits are smaller in size and a lot less chocolate, and she's talking about the biscuits that I picked up in my shopping haul. I had said, you know, I remember these from when I was a kid, and they were quite thick back in the day, the chocolate, but yeah, you're completely right. They're nowhere near as good as they used to be. So yeah, thanks for your comment. Your last comment this week is from Gary Boyd. It's lovely to see you, Gary. Gary is a long-term subscriber and an old friend of the channel. I saw the little balls of doom straight away. Do they charge for the service of collecting it up? I'm always scared to do that because I'm afraid you will get the, I think that might be a typo, Scary's produce and meat. Yeah, I like to pick it out myself. Might have to take a leap one day. Where were the lonely wee mushrooms? Poor wee guys left in the store like an orphan. Yeah, you're right. I haven't bought mushrooms for quite a wee while. And as far as the click and collect goes, I mean, you can refuse certain items. You know, if you're not happy with something, they will exchange it for you. And in most cases, they will exchange it and refund you as well. I mean, I've never had an issue. I don't really get meat from the supermarket. Most of my meat is from the local butcher, unless it's like sandwich meat or something like that, which is usually absolutely fine. But yeah, never never had an issue. No, they don't actually charge you for the click and collect service. It's absolutely free, which, I mean, it is brilliant. It's a great time saver. It saves you, you know, walking around the supermarket, picking up everything, you know, scanning everything or checking it out and then bagging it up. That's all done for you. So it's a fantastic service. Not one I use very often, but one I will use again in the the future, if I'm stuck for time. So like I said, lovely to see you, Gary. I hope you're keeping well. So that was my wee video this week, and those were our meals and your comments. I would love to respond to each and every one of you, you know, individually, but I just can't. There's no time. There's just so many now. But until I see you next time, guys, mind to take care of yourselves, and I'll see you off soon back here on What's for Tea. Bye now.